Hello, welcome to my review for this Yatwin IP camera. So this is a wireless IP camera. I'm using quotes on that because it's not truly wireless. It uses a power cable, which is a micro USB. So it's pretty standard. You can get longer lengths of it off of Amazon or any other place that you find those cables. So let's take a look at the box. We have our illustration of it right here. On the sides it's blank. We have some information on how to contact the company. So here's the model number. So we have 826. It's the US edition and in black. So it comes also in a white version, which looks pretty sleek as well. And right here we can see you can connect it to power. It uses this app right here, MIPC. It uses App Store and iOS. And you just have to sign in to log into an account to view it. Okay, so let's look inside of the box. So when we open up the box, we're greeted with packaging. So that's really nice that they packed it really well. Here's our instruction booklet. So it lets you know how to set it up using the phone. It's pretty nice since it uses all these illustrations. And over here you have more illustrations with more information on how the app works. Over here we have our camera. We'll put this off to the side for now. Our micro USB cable. So it's quite long. And here's your Ethernet cable. So this is what you use for setting it up. There's two versions, so you can either set it up to the Ethernet cable by connecting it into your router, or you could just use the sound method, which will use some dial-up sounds to actually send the information to the camera. Here's the power brick. So this is what you use for actually placing the micro USB into here, and it supplies it with the right amount of power. Last but not least is our stand. So this is the mount that you use for attaching it to the camera, and you have your screws right here for attaching it as well. Basically, you use these two knobs right here for unlocking it, and this will allow it to go up and down, and you can turn it on here, and this is what you use for tightening it onto the camera itself. Now let's take a look at the camera. So it's a really nice piano black. We have our logo right here for the company. It also acts as an indicator for the lights, for the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet cable. So it's just going to tell you if it's connected and also if data is transferring through here. Right here we have our lens. It's kind of hard to see since it is black as well, but it has a nice lens right here, and this is our infrared LED. So this is what brightens up the area at night. So you can see at night it's quite nice since it uses this LED. And here's the light detector, which will allow it to determine if it's in low light situations. On this side we have our microphone. So it's quite small, but it has a nice quality of sound. In the back right here we have our Ethernet cable port. Here's your micro USB cable charging dock, and here's your reset button. So the reset button on this one, you don't actually need a SIM card to poke it. This one you just have a nice little button that you can just press. And also included in the box is a micro USB. So it's a 16GB SD. It's their brand. So that's a pretty nice touch to have. So you don't have to go out and buy one. And here's the speaker that you can use for talking to people that are on this side of the camera. On the bottom of it, we have our rubber feet right here, and also the tripod mount right here, which can be attached to any tripod mount you want. But they also include one in the box, so you can just stick it right here. And we have a little sticker telling us the power and also the model number. So as you can see, the neck of the camera can turn all the way back, and it has a cutoff right here. And you can turn it all the way back on this side, and it'll hit a cutoff point right here. For the lens right here, it can go all the way down and all the way up. It has a nice range of view, so you can see anything or all the way around, even though it has those cutoffs in the back. Okay, so let's set up the camera. So you want to grab the camera and get your micro USB cable, plug it in, and plug it into the back right here. You have to wait for it to turn on. While we wait, let's download the app. So here's the Android store. So I just typed in MIPC and you search it up, and it should be the first option. And when you first open it up, you would need to set up an account, but since I set up an account already, I don't actually have to do that. But once we're over there, we can now press the plus button on the very top, which will ask us for what device we want to set up. So this is a PTZ camera, so you just tap that. And you need to allow your app to use your camera on your phone so you can scan the QR code, or you could just manually input the QR code on the bottom. So you just press manually, and you just type in. Now that that's finished, we can either choose the Wi-Fi or Ethernet setup routes. So the Ethernet cable is a little bit more reliable, I found, than the actual Wi-Fi, since the Wi-Fi relies on sound to transfer to the microphone into here. Okay, so after connecting the Ethernet cable to the camera, you just have to press the button right here. And yes, the light is turning on. You just have to wait for it to find the camera. After hitting apply on the app for changing the password, if it comes on this loading screen and doesn't actually get out after a couple of minutes, all you have to do is press back and slide down on your front page. Your camera should appear right here. But since it didn't install correctly, what you want to do is tap it. After it taps, it's going to go onto the camera. So this is the live view already. But let's change the password right now. So you just go to the settings, which is this gear on the top. And all you have to do is change the admin password for this. So you're going to type in your old password, which will be the admin. And type in your new password right here. So now we changed the password. And just to make sure that it's actually connected to the right internet, just hit network. And you go to Wi-Fi. And it's not connected, so let's connect it to the Wi-Fi. You just click the top. Find your Wi-Fi on this list. So it's this one. And you just type in the password right here. So here's the live view of the camera so we can see what it sees. I can stick my hand in front of it, which will show my hand, and as I move it away, it's gonna move away as well. So it has a little bit of a delay on it, but it's not very bad. I've seen worse with other IP cameras. So if we want to get this picture bigger, we just turn our phone and it will go into full screen mode. And it also tells us how much data it's using right here. So right here we have our date stamp right here. So you can adjust everything on it. You can even turn it off if you want to in the settings. So while we're here, we can tap the screen and we can go right here and tap 720p. So this is our resolution. We can actually lower it. So we can go into standard, smooth, and auto is gonna fluctuate as your data for your phone gets better. So let's put it back to 720. If you tap it again, we can record manually. So this is our video, our photos. One thing to note when you manually record or take snapshots using these buttons, it actually saves it to your phone instead of the SD card in here. And this is to talk. Hello.
Hello.
And here's a speaker right here, so you can tap that to turn off the audio. So you just tap it, and now no audio will come to your phone. Here's your video settings. So you just tap that, and you can adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, and you can auto set it to night mode. So that will activate the filter and also the infrared light on here. So let's put it back to auto and close that. So let's take a look at something on here. So we can swipe to move the camera and move it down. We just swipe down. So that's how the box looks from its view. So it's quite good. You can actually read text on it. If we turn it to this side, we can see our trail cam. So that's how it looks. It's pretty nice and snappy. Unfortunately, there's no waypoints, so you won't be able to save which position it's in. But it is quite quick on here, so that's really nice. To view our recordings on here, we can press this and turn it this way. And as you can see, there's no recordings right now, but you can filter through the videos and images, and also by date. So this will tell you what day you can look at. To enable recording on here, you want to get your gear and go to your recordings or motion detection. So you press that, and you can turn on alerts. So let's press that, and yes, now it's going to record any motion that it detects. We can now press this, and we can adjust the sensitivity for day and night, or you could even turn it off. If you want only pictures, you can turn off the recording and I/O output. And now if we actually move the camera, it should trigger the motion detection, and it should have recorded something. So let's take a look at it. And as you can see, it took some snapshots of it moving and also a video. So the video could be downloaded through here. And the nice touch about it is on the bar over here, we have an orangey red line right here. That tells you where the motion was detected. So you have multiple spots. It will have multiple orange spots. So let's play it. And as you can see, it's not quite to the orange yet. So orange starts right here. And there's the motion of us moving the camera. So that was pretty nice. And as I said, you can just download it to your phone right here.